Venezuela sits on the largest proven oil reserves on Earth, roughly 303 billion barrels. That's more than Saudi Arabia, more than the US, and more than the entire UAE. In the 1950s, it was one of the wealthiest nations in the world. Today, it faces one of the worst humanitarian crises in modern history. How did a country with so much wealth end up here? While indigenous people used oil seeps for centuries, the modern story begins in 1914 with the Zumac I well. By 1922, a massive blowout at Lake Maracaibo signaled to the world that Venezuela was an oil superpower. Under dictator Juan Vicente Gómez, foreign companies, Shell, Exxon, Gulf, flocked to the country. By 1929, Venezuela was the world's leading oil exporter. This transformed the nation from a coffee and cocoa farming society into a petrostate. In 1960, Venezuela co-founded OPEC to regain control over oil prices. The 1973 oil embargo sent prices skyrocketing, and suddenly, Venezuela was awash in cash. President Carlos Andrés Pérez nationalized the industry, creating PDVSA. For a time, it was a model of efficiency, a state within a state, that operated like a private corporation but fueled public infrastructure and a growing middle class. Following a period of economic instability in the 80s and 90s, the Caracazo, Hugo Chavez was elected in 1998. He used the massive oil boom of the 2000s to fund missions, social programs that temporarily slashed poverty. However, this came at a cost. The government took direct control of PDVSA, firing thousands of skilled engineers after a 2002-2003 strike and replacing them with political loyalists. Maintenance was ignored. The Dutch disease set in. The country became so dependent on oil that it stopped producing anything else, even food. When oil prices crashed in 2014, the house of cards fell. Under Nicolas Maduro, the lack of investment meant PDVSA's production plummeted from 3 million barrels a day to under 1 million. U.S. sanctions starting in 2017 further isolated the industry. While we saw a slight recovery in 2024 and 2025 due to limited licenses for companies like Chevron, the infrastructure remains in tatters. Most of Venezuela's oil is extra heavy, meaning it's thick like molasses and requires expensive technology to refine, technology the country currently can't maintain. Venezuela is a cautionary tale of the resource curse. Oil made the country rich, but it also made its institutions fragile. As the world moves toward green energy in 2026 and beyond, the window for Venezuela to use its black gold to rebuild is narrowing. Can the nation diversify before the oil age ends? Only time will tell. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel.